Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do at the Institute for Attachment and Child Development?
My name is Linda Corral, and I am a therapeutic treatment parent for the Institute for Attachment.
How did you find the Institute?
I actually was a pretty desperate mom looking for help for a foster child, soon to be adopted, in my home, and I needed some answers, and that's how I contacted the Institute.
Can you tell me briefly about a typical day for you as a treatment parent?
Well, every day is different, just like normal families. Let's say on a Saturday we would get up in the morning and team together to cook a really nice breakfast. The children are in the kitchen helping, and we have that nice breakfast together, family style. And then we decide, I decide what the rest of the day would look like as far as if we need to get the house tidied. We work as a team doing that as well. Later in the afternoon, if we didn't have any place to go, we would do family activities. Maybe we would be gathering firewood outside or playing a board game, or there's times when kids who have done well in the program are able to sleigh ride. Every day is different.
How does the model piece work in the home?
The model is very unique and works really well. When children first come into the home, they are in some pretty tight structure, and the structure is pretty much that they are real close to me, in my pocket. If I'm in the kitchen, they're in the kitchen. If I go in the front room, they're in the front room. And they kind of do a lot of observing at first and stay real close to me. It really helps them to feel safe. They learn about their feelings and why they're feeling the way they are and why they're acting the way they are. It actually helps for them to get well, that they will be vulnerable and feel safe in the home.
How closely do you work with the child's parents while they're in your home?
The child's parents are actually part of our team to help that child get well. Pretty much when the parents come into the program as well, they are pretty beat up. They've put up with a lot from that child for so many years. So we help to support them and to let them know that they pretty much did everything they could. We're here to help. They're part of the decision making, what we do with the children. And yes, by the end of a child being in the program, we have a great relationship.
What makes the model unique at the Institute for Attachment and Child Development?
I would say that when I was searching for help, I didn't come up with anything else but this. This is, to me, one of a kind as far as the love in the program and how it works and the success rate. What we do works, and it helps put families back together. So where were you going to find a program like that?
How do you think it's different than a residential treatment center?
I look at residential treatment centers as places to house children and keep them safe. We actually work on helping children to be able to be family kids and live in their family again.
Who creates the Institute treatment team, and what roles do each of you play?
The team would be the therapist assigned to that particular child, and we do weekly therapy with the family. So the family as well is part of our team. We also have a psychiatrist that the children are under care for. If a child were to need medications, then the psychiatrist would monitor that as we go along in the program. The practice mom would be part of it. And we consider the school to be part of the team as well, because these children are taught to do relationships in all environments, and that means in the school. They need to be respectful to their teachers as well for them to graduate the program. We have relief providers that are all on the same page as well, so that when the practice mom or dad would need the time off, we have relief providers that come in that know the children as well. They know the model, so there's consistency for these children all across the board.
How important is your role in the treatment team?
My role is extremely important. I live with this child, and I need to be giving the feedback to the therapist, to the doctor, the psychiatrist, communicating with the school. Sometimes I'm right there in the center of giving all feedback so that we all can help make this child better.
What support do you get as a treatment parent at the Institute?
Help is always available. We always have support, whether it is through the other parents that live in the area. We're like a little village there. We all know each other's children. In addition, the therapists at the Institute are just a phone call away. So we have lots of support.
Why is your treatment home located in the mountains?
The location of the treatment home in the mountains really helps for children to get well. They're coming from their city environment to a rural dwelling where they have nothing to do but depend on the treatment mom for their needs. There isn't a lot of outside influences. It's a wonderful community. We have the school on board. The school's really small. They know all the children. We have great communication with the staff on all levels of schooling there. We also, in the case where a child would choose to be violent, if the sheriff had to be called, the sheriffs know the treatment parents by their first name, and they'll come over and support the parents. And they even stop by, say in the summertime when the kids are out in the yard, and say, "Hey guys, how are you doing?" It's a very small town, and they support us. We feel very supported being up there in the mountains.
What makes the Institute model unique in relation to residential treatment centers?
In residential treatment centers, children are housed there. They use behavior modification. There's staff that rotates in and out. If your goal is to get your child at home to be a family kid, then that's what we do. If they live in a family-style setting with a practice mom, who's myself, they learn to do relationships. They come with us. They come to us pretty much with the mindset of a toddler. They want what they want, and they want it now. And we teach them how to get their needs met in relationships, so in positive relationships.
So how is that different than the behavior modification system that a lot of residential treatment centers use?
Well, to my knowledge, behavior modification would be like if you follow the rules and do what you're supposed to do, then you would get a privilege such as to hang out with your buddies or something like that. We use privileges that involve relationships. If you follow the rules and you do what you're supposed to do and you're respectful, responsible, easy to be around, you get to do dishes with Mom Linda. You get to cut carrots and celery for the soup. That's the kind of hanging out.
What's your greatest reward as a treatment mom?
I think the greatest reward is watching a child pack their suitcases to be able to go home.
What's the hardest part of your job as a treatment mom?
There are times that the days are pretty stressful. It's not maybe just one child acting out, but there could be several, and sometimes they feed off of each other. So that can be pretty stressful, and I'm pretty exhausted at the end of the day. And then I look back at my day and I said, wow, I just let that child suck the energy out of me. That's not my job.
Do you get time off?
We do. We get 3 overnights, 4 days off a month, and then we also get 2 7-day vacations a year. In addition, if let's just say I had a doctor's appointment or something and I didn't want to use one of my days off to go to my doctor's appointment, we can always have other families help us out with the children.
Do you recommend your job to fellow parents?
I would, if they have the right personality for this, if they were open to the training that's involved for this job. This job isn't for everybody. It's tough. But the rewards are unbelievable.
Can you tell me about a particular moment when you knew you were doing a job worthwhile?
Although on a daily basis, there may not be hourly or daily reward to this job. I will tell you that I actually brought some little thank you notes that have been written to me, and this is actually just two of them of many, which makes my job worthwhile. This is one, and it said, Mom Linda, thank you for helping me so much through my bad and good times. You're the best thing that ever happened to me and my family. I wish sometimes that you were my mom, but I love the mom I have. You're the best person I've ever met. Thank you. So, okay. And then this is another one, and it says, Dear Mom Linda, our family really misses you. Thanking you for helping us, for putting love back into our family and all the progress that we made. You made us feel loving again. You're the best practice mom ever. And then on the bottom, he put a little picture here, the Hall of Practice Moms, where I got the blue ribbon. So